Hi everyone. Apologies for being a few minutes late. I was backstage looking in a mirror, admiring myself. Thank you. This is my very first, seriously, I'm not joking. This is my very first stand-up routine. And I just basically have one joke and I'm gonna just stretch it out for like 5 minutes. But it's gonna be funny, I hope. By the way, even though I'm using this microphone, it's not plugged in. It just, so I look a little more professional when I'm doing my very first stand-up routine. And see, like this, microphone ain't working. It's not plugged in. So I wanted to talk about looks. I was thinking about it for quite a while. In fact, I had a epiphany. I think that's what it's called, epiphany. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds like a word close to it. Epiphany, I don't know. I never said I was that intelligent. But yeah, it's about looks. Now, when I was younger, I didn't think much of my looks. When I was a teenager, I had no confidence. I didn't think I was ugly, but I didn't think I was anything special. But now I do. Thank you. And the thing is, and if you're a young person, and you have your self-doubts about your looks or anything, and you're not confident, I promise you, in 20 or 30 years, you're going to look back at some of your old photos or videos, and you're going to be surprised. You're going to think to yourself, oh my God, I was actually very good looking. Because that's the reaction I get when I look at pictures of myself when I was younger. I look at them and I admire myself. And I didn't admire myself when I was young. And so that's why, at the tender age of 63, when I look in a mirror, I admire myself and I say to myself, Larry, you're a very good-looking man. And that's with no ego. It's just being honest and truthful with myself and having confidence. And that's the other thing you'll get when you reach my age, or in your 50s, 60s, you'll gain more confidence as you get older. And also, for all of the negativity, you're going to just ignore it. You will. Oh, I'm on a roll now. Yeah, when I was born in 1958, my mom told me about my birth when I was probably 5 or 6 years old. And she sat down with me and she went into all of the details, all of the gory details. She actually told me a bit too much. I really didn't need to know that. But she said at one point, she asked the doctor, well, doctor, is it a boy or is it a girl? And the doctor said, I'm really not sure right now, but it sure is a good-looking baby. I had a ninny. So, where am I now? See, I've got to, I'm doing ad-libbing, I'm ad-libbing, so at some points during my first stand-up routine, I have to pause to think, because all of the jokes are in here, believe me. Some of them are stuck in here, but it takes a minute or two to think of the next really funny thing to talk to you about. Oh, and speaking of my parents, my dad, this is serious too, I'm not joking, even though it's funny. I would be walking downtown with my dad. I was probably 10 years old. then he would be in his early 40s, and he would tell me to slow down, son. I was walking really fast. Really exciting to be walking with my dad. He usually would have nothing to do with me. And he said, and I remember this, he said, "Don't get old, son." And so I thought about that for years and years and years. It's like, what did he mean by that? Don't get old, son. Because the alternative, it's not that good. You know, I'd rather get old. And you will notice that some of my jokes are funnier than some of my other jokes. And occasionally I will say a really lame joke. And sometimes people like really lame jokes. They just laugh and laugh and laugh. Anyway, yeah, I just, you know, I look in the mirror these days. In the past, I would, you know, like when I was like a teenager, I would look in the mirror, not think anything of it, and just start brushing my hair and give a little sigh and walk away. And now I come up to the mirror, and sometimes I stand there for like half an hour just admiring myself. And I say to myself, "Larry, you're a good-looking man." And that's the end of my first real stand-up comedy routine, at least on YouTube. People used to always say, well, not always, but occasionally, don't want to stretch the truth, you know, on YouTube for the past 15 years, and I sometimes get a comment, "Have you ever thought about being a stand-up comedian?" And one time I actually replied to the person, I said, "Actually, I've been thinking about it." And then they replied back, "Well, don't bother." And that's the end of my stand-up routine. I just want to let you know that, just remember, that this is all just humor. I'm not being serious. I don't think I'm good looking. But, oh, that's the other thing I was going to say. You know, like I said, when you're younger, you might think you're not that good looking or pretty or whatever. But, you know, there is the occasional really ugly person out there. And I just want to say to that person, if you're watching, first of all, I'm so sorry. But when you're older, you'll look back on when you were younger and you'll realize, wow, I really was ugly. Struggling now because I should have ended this stand-up routine about 5 minutes ago when things were really funny and going well. But thank you for watching. No, I mean, I'm not being serious about good looking. I don't have that kind of an ego. I think I'm okay looking. What's wrong with being okay? Like, you know, am I a 10 out of a 10 kind of a person? No, I'm not. I'm like a 6 out of 10 maybe. A 7. 7.5 on a good day. So that's it. And just, you know, just remember, I was just joking. It's all a joke. Even though, you know, I look serious, that's how I do my humor. I do humor and talking to you looking serious. And that's when everybody just falls on the floor laughing. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye. I knew it. Get my microphone. I knew I'd forgotten something in the routine because, like I said, it's just all ad-libbed. But would this woman be dating me if I wasn't good looking?